Have you heard of Demon Road in Huntsville, Texas? This was the message I got from one of my listeners recently, accompanied by one of the scariest, if true, ghost photos I've ever seen. Welcome to Storytime Tuesday. My name is Adam and this is Houston Strange. This message I received contained a link to an article from 2018 with what appears to be a genuinely terrifying image from Google Maps. Now, while I don't advise clicking random links from TikTok DMs, I didn't even think twice. I also don't advise traveling to places colloquially known as Demon Road from random TikTok DMs. But when I saw that this location was just over an hour away from downtown Houston, I got straight into the car and was on my way. This picture comes from Martha's Chapel Cemetery, which is located at the end of Demon Road, around 20 minutes off of I-45, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was getting sent on another wild goose chase. After a while, you turn off a paved road and onto a very rock-filled dirt road that goes on for quite a while and just gets rockier, dustier, and louder the further down you go. As usual, I was less concerned about ghosts or demons and more worried about whether I was trespassing at this point. The road is sparsely side-saddled by huge barns and very impressive ranch houses with neatly kept lawns and windows that make you feel like you may be under surveillance at any given time. Finally, off the rocky road came a smaller track, two well-worn wheel ruts into the woods. This was Demon Road. Officially known as the much less foreboding Bowden Road, it is, according to one website, the most haunted road in all of Texas. Now, in all fairness, when I got there, it was a gloriously cool, sun-shining January day, so I didn't experience any dark and menacing energy, but people have claimed to experience everything from mysterious red floating lights to faceless creatures and even a hand bursting from an unmarked grave. According to the sign at the graveyard, the area was originally known as Robinson Settlement and was used as a Methodist meeting point way back in the 1830s, eventually becoming known as Martha's Chapel in 1854 after Martha Palmer, wife of a church trustee, died and was buried behind the church building. The congregation disbanded in the 1930s, but the graveyard obviously remains. I wasn't expecting to find so many graves with fresh flowers and decorations, to be honest. So how did this quaint, peaceful, slightly run-down suburb of the dead and its driveway become known as the most haunted place in Texas? In 1985, during the height of the infamous satanic panic era, rumors of devil worship and unholy rituals taking place in Martha's Chapel ran rampant. According to KristenWilliams.com, the Walker County Sheriff even visited the local high school to warn the kids to stay away from the area. Naturally, this just led to more kids going to the graveyard after dark, testing one another's bravery and getting up to no good, doing what kids are supposed to do. Unfortunately, this did lead to some vandalism and a lot of broken headstones. Some of these headstones have been repaired, but a lot of them still remain broken and scattered throughout the graveyard to this day. Now, I can't really attest to the authenticity of these claims, but I wanted to find the tree from the photo. This photo is what compelled me to go there in the first place. My sister and I walked the perimeter a couple of times before we actually found it, but something interesting did happen. While we were walking along the outside of the cemetery, we thought we were being approached by someone through the trees. Fairly loud footsteps were coming towards us, and just like at Victoria's Black Swan Inn, they stopped just as soon as we did. Now, full transparency, we had heard gunshots in the distance not long before this, and I had all my camera gear and a car parked the wrong way on a dead-end road, so I'm not thinking about ghosts at this point. The trees are not that thick though, and you can see through them pretty easily. There was no person or even a deer or anything. I like to go to these places not knowing all of the lore though, and it was only when I was doing some reading to put this video together that I read multiple reports of some faceless entity or creature coming from that side of the woods. This comment from 2011 on KristenWilliams.com said, "It's not bull. Me and my friends went down there. We did not see anything when we first went, but we videotaped the experience. When we went back over the videotape, a red figure ran out in front of the car right before we entered the cemetery. Oh, and it's not faceless like some people say. It has yellow eyes. It looked right at us as it ran across the road in front of my car." So I moved my car to a better vantage point and kept looking for the tree, and sure enough, there it was. The one my sister said it was at the very start of this little endeavour. Sorry, Cleena. I didn't really expect to see any ghostly children, but it was still cool to be able to go and get a feel for the place, as well as debunking at least one aspect of the photo from the article, the mysterious figure in the background. What I originally thought was just a leaf stuck in the fence was actually the silhouette of a little American flag on the opposite side of the fence in another grave. I can't say whether the ghost child peeking out from behind the tree is real or not, but regardless, it's a very spooky image. And if it is fake, it's at least a very good fake. Maybe we can get in touch with the photographer though, because when you take a look at the image linked in that original article, it's not actually a part of Google Street View. It's a separately uploaded 360 shot, and in the corner you can see some other people hanging out there in camping chairs, so hopefully this video makes its way to them and we can just ask them outright. I might just have to take a trip back to this cemetery at night though, because some of the stories I've come across are a little bit out there, but very compelling. Ghost children riding tricycles, this mysterious, maybe faceless, maybe not entity, people reporting to see the same ghosts from the graveyard in their own houses shortly after visiting, and handprints left on their cars as though someone was chasing after them as they left. The odd footsteps in the trees were the only thing I really experienced, and although my car is thoroughly covered in graveyard dust now, the only markings I saw was this. Something tells me a ghost was not the culprit. If you have had an experience on Demon Road, Martha's Chapel, or indeed anywhere in the Houston area, reach out to me at houstonstrangepodcast@gmail.com. Comment below, follow everywhere, do all that stuff, and most importantly, stay strange, Houston.